Welcome to Vivek Net Lab.
Hello everyone, welcome to Vivek NetLab. So in this video, we are going to explore few more options and configurations in the checkpoint gateway using GUI method. So I'm going to log into my primary checkpoint gateway and I will take you through to some of the configuration options that you will learn today in this video. So, sorry. So I have logged in to the GUI of the checkpoint gateway. It is saying that configuration is locked, so I will unlock it. Then only I will be able to do any changes. So we will go through some of these tabs in the navigation tree. So in our last video, we configured these network interfaces, and let's see what else we have here. So we configured one alias. So we have one option for VLAN as well. We can configure VLAN IDs. Suppose we have a VLAN 100, and then we can, assign this VLAN 100 to any of the interface. So that particular interface will be part of the VLAN 100. We can also go to the IPv4 section. We can configure some IP and the subnet mask, and along with that, we can assign that IP to the particular VLAN and save it to any interface. So let me show you. Suppose we have one IP 10.10.10.10 and subnet mask as usual we are going to use 0, and in the VLAN if it is 100 and I want to configure it on the Ethernet 1, then it is going to be like this. Once I have saved, okay, so it conflicts with the destination network of Ethernet 1. Why? Because in the Ethernet 1 we have a different network configured. So this is why we are getting this error. So let me check what is the network there. Okay, so in the Ethernet 1 we have 10.10.10.2. So it is already assigned with this IP. So that is the reason we are getting this error. But we can, as I showed to you, we can assign those IP addresses and also assign that VLAN. Let me try to edit this Ethernet one and check if I can assign any VLAN from here. Okay, so VLAN option is not coming here. We can only do it by adding from the interfaces. So this was about VLAN, and this is the Magg. Magg, if you see, it is showing as grayed out because this option is, this Magg interface is specific to the physical appliance of the checkpoint. And since I'm using this lab on the virtual appliance, so it is showing grayed out to me. And this is used to uh, create Mastro hyperscale orchestrators. So when we are using Mastro, the to scale our deployment at that time, this interface is used. In the bridge, so this is a kind of a bridge network interface which we use to protect our network while not relying on the routing. So if there are any problems with the routing and we are not able to reach, we can assign any Ethernet, any interface to as a bridge, and this will act as our um, in place gateway to log into the uh, in place gateway to log into this checkpoint. So this we can configure, and this is like our alternate solution, to reach to the checkpoint gateway and have the access control. And this will not make any changes to our network topology. So we will not do this right now. And if we see host and DNS, so this is the local repository, or you can say local store, where we can see what are the host configured here. In the host, we can see, in the system name, this is our system CPCM1 primary DNS server. I need to configure because I did not configure it during the first time configuration wizard. So this is where, this is the point where we configure the DNS server. Click on apply. Now it is saved. So in the host, this is useful to, keep the track of our network important devices. So I will add one CPCM2 because that is also part of my lab 10.0.0.3. There is no IPv6 address, so let's keep it like this. Okay, and I will add CPSMS, which is going to be my management server, and IP for that is 10.0.0.10. So this is added, and we can add many host names here to keep track of some important servers like SFTP or SCP, to use them as backups. So this is the section of host and DNS. Now let's go to IPv4 static routes. Here, this also I skipped at the time of first time configuration wizard. So I will add one destination um, route here. So this is going to be my 200 0.254. So this is the static route, and this is going to be my default route. So I am going to use 32 subnet because I want to make this IP as the static route for as a default gateway. And next hop type is, there are few options like normal, block hole, and reject. So we can see normal says that it will accept and forward the packets to this destination. Reject says that I will drop packets and send unreachable message, so I will get unreachable message. And black hole is like it will drop packet and it will not tell me what it is doing, and I will get no information whatsoever of my packets. So this is the rank local scope, and here also, I can configure the gateway and IPv4 address. It's going to be 200 100 0.254. Priority we can select, and we can also configure monitored IP here. And monitored IP are kind of a link to check for the availability of those routes. This we can configure in the advanced routing option. Let me show it to you. Let's keep it like this. Okay, so what I did, I had to, edit this one default route. Okay, not this one. So I will edit this simply and add the gateway here. 200 100 0254. Okay, save. So actually what I did I did one silly mistake. I created a static route for this IP, and the gateway I kept the same, but I wanted to make the default route. Okay, so only configure this, and I will delete this. Now my configurations are fine because it says my default route for any IP address which is in the destination. My default gateway is going to be 200 100 0254, And monitored protocols, let me show it to you. In the advanced routing, IP reachability detection. So here I can add any IP. Suppose I want to monitor some IP which is in the path of uh, path of my routes, or it's a router IP. Suppose it is a 8.8.8.8. So I can monitor this IP, and I can monitor this using single hop, multi hop, bidirectional forwarding detection, and single hop bidirectional forwarding detection. So these are the protocols, or simply we can use ping protocol to monitor these IP addresses. And what it will do, it is going to keep my default gateway alive. Like, let me show it to you what I'm trying to say here. In the default gateway option, so monitor address is 8.8.8.8. Okay. And now the option says fail any and fail all. Fail any means, suppose I am monitoring 4 IP addresses here. And if any of those 4 IP addresses are not reachable from my firewall, in that case, the routing to the default gateway will fail. And if I'm going to select fail all, now it will check for all of those IP addresses. If all of those IP addresses are not reachable altogether, then only it will fail. The routing will fail to my default gateway. So this is, we're not going to use this, but I wanted to show it to you how this is going to be. And I will save it. It looks fine to me. So there was one more option in the gateway section, which was this force interface symmetry. What does it say? If I select this option, then what my firewall will do, it will check for any other possible routes to the destination. So if there are multiple routes to the destination, it will go for that. And you know, uh, if I disable it, if I disable it, it will not go for it. Okay. So it is checked when monitoring and should disable the route in case of asymmetric routing. So this is uh, we will read more about it when we will go further in the lab. So for this, the last topic of this video is going to be the time. In the system management, we can check the time, how we want to display our time in the checkpoint gateway. This is how it is going to be. And if you remember, we had done Calcutta Asia during our first time configuration. And in the set time, we also have the option to use the NTP servers, which are public, and these are provided by Checkpoint. Let me see if I can save it. I Okay, so now time is set automatically via NTP, and it does not look right to me because this is not the correct time, but maybe it is because the my this gateway is not connected to internet. So in order to fetch the correct time, your gateway should be connected to internet, or it should be able to reach these servers to synchronize the time, to synchronize the clock. So when I will have the internet connectivity, then I will try to use this, and most probably at that time I will get the correct time. So let's keep it manual uh, for the moment and save it. So this is, I think this is uh, was informative. If you like this video, and if it is giving you any sort of knowledge, please like this video and subscribe my channel. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.